Have you ever been lost in a boundless desert with no sun, no stars, and no road signs, facing the threat of cold and thirst with no hope of escape? Over 2,600 years ago, a mighty army of the Qi state fell into exactly this desperate trap in northern China, and their savior was a group of ordinary old horses. This is the legendary story behind the Chinese idiom, "The old horse knows the way." In 679 BC, Duke Huan of Qi gathered the lords of the Central Plains states to form an alliance. The alliance swore to honor the king of the Zhou dynasty, resist foreign invasions, and aid weak vassal states, and all lords recognized Duke Huan as the hegemon of the Central Plains. However, the powerful Chu state in the south refused to join the alliance and even coaxed the Zheng state into standing with it. Duke Huan was furious and planned to send troops to attack Chu with his minister GuanZhong, but an urgent plea for help arrived from the Yan state in the north. The Shanrong, a northern nomadic tribe, had invaded Yan, winning several battles and slaughtering its people. Yan begged the hegemon for military aid. GuanZhong advised Duke Huan, "My lord, to conquer Chu, we must first defeat the Shanrong and secure the north before turning our full attention to the south." In 663 BC, Duke Huan led a large army to Yan, only to find the Shanrong had already fled. GuanZhong said, "The Shanrong left without a fight. They will surely raid again as soon as we depart. To stabilize the north, we must defeat them completely." Determined to march forward, Duke Huan needed a guide for the unfamiliar terrain. Lord Zhuang of Yan suggested seeking help from the Wuzhong state, which agreed to send a general and troops to act as guides. With their help, the Qi army defeated the Shanrong, rescued many young men and women captured by the tribe, and the Shanrong people surrendered to Qi. Yet Milu, the chieftain of the Shanrong, fled to the Gushu state to beg for reinforcements. Duke Huan and GuanZhong resolved to attack Gushu. When the Qi army reached the borders of Gushu, they clashed with Milu and Huanghua, a general of Gushu, and routed their forces completely. As night fell, the Qi army set up camp. In the first watch of the night, soldiers brought Huanghua to Duke Huan. Kneeling on the ground, Huanghua held a human head in his hands and bowed his head. "While our king Dalihe, defeated by you, has gone to the desert to beg for help, I have killed Milu, the Shanrong chieftain, to surrender to your lordship. Gushu is doomed. Let me lead you in pursuit of Dalihe." Duke Huan and GuanZhong examined the head carefully and had their soldiers identify it. It was indeed Milu's. They then kept Huanghua in their camp. The next day, Huanghua led Duke Huan and Lord Zhuang of Yan into the capital of Gushu, which was an empty city. This made them trust him even more. Duke Huan ordered Lord Zhuang to guard the capital with Yan's troops, while he led all his soldiers to chase Dalihe, with Huanghua as their guide. Huanghua led the way, and by lantern light, the army reached a place the locals called the Lost Valley. Stretching out before them was an endless expanse of sand, like a vast sea, with no way to tell east from west. Everyone was lost. Duke Huan and GuanZhong were in a panic, but when they tried to find Huanghua, he was nowhere to be seen. Only then did they realize they had fallen for his trick. Huanghua had indeed killed Milu, but his surrender was a lie. GuanZhong said, "This must be the dry sea. We cannot go further." Duke Huan ordered the army to halt. The night grew colder, and the bitter northwest wind of winter cut through the soldiers, who shivered uncontrollably through the long night in the pitch-black, boundless, lost valley. When dawn finally came, all they saw was a golden stretch of sand shrouded in a gray mist, with no trace of a road. Not a drop of water could be found in this dreadful place. If they could not escape, they would die of thirst. As despair spread through the army, GuanZhong had a sudden idea. He said to Duke Huan, "Horses may know the way. Let us select a few local old horses to lead the way. They might guide us out of this place." Duke Huan nodded in agreement. They chose several old horses and let them take the lead. Sure enough, the old horses knew the path, leading the army safely out of the lost valley. Thus was born the idiom, "The old horse knows the way," which means experienced people know the ropes and can show others the way. After escaping the lost valley, the Qi army spotted a group of people who seemed to be moving house. Duke Huan sent veteran soldiers disguised as commoners to investigate, and they learned these were the people of Gushu. The empty capital had been a trick by Huanghua and Dalihe. They had moved the people out and then planned to attack the Yan troops guarding the city. GuanZhong then disguised some of his soldiers as Gushu townsfolk and snuck them into the capital. In the middle of the night, the hidden soldiers set fire to the city and attacked from within, while the main Qi army stormed in from outside. Huanghua and Dalihe were both killed in the battle, and the Gushu state was destroyed. Duke Huan said to Lord Zhuang of Yan, "The Shanrong have been driven away. I bestow these more than 500 li of land to Yan. Guard it well and never abandon it. Yan is the northern barrier of the Central Plains. Governing this land is your duty." Thanks to Duke Huan's help, the Yan state gained more than 500 li of territory overnight and grew into a powerful state in northern China.